3 days ago, I received an unexpected message from a man named Daniel. He said, "I applied the 3-sentence technique you shared last week, and I couldn't believe what happened. Within 12 hours, an old friend unexpectedly repaid a $3,000 0 cents loan he had completely forgotten about for years." The next day, Daniel received an email notifying him that a small investment he had once overlooked had doubled in value. And on the third day, he found an envelope containing $750 0 cents in cash while cleaning his closet, money he had no memory of at all. The interesting thing is that both Daniel and a few people in my community knew of this method from a mysterious prosperity teacher who left this world more than a decade ago. But his technique was so powerful that those who used it were advised never to reveal it publicly. Today, in this video, I will help you break through that wall of silence. In the next few minutes, I will reveal 3 simple yet potent affirmations that can activate a vibrational frequency, causing money, opportunities, and wonderful relationships to find their way to you, sometimes in as little as 24 hours. If you are reading these words, trust me, this is not a coincidence. The universe has just arranged for you to be here, at the right time, in the right place, to hear this secret. Before I continue, do something simple, but I believe incredibly important for you. Comment, "I am ready," right now. This small action will unlock your subconscious and prepare you for the breakthrough you are about to experience. And if this message resonates with you, don't forget to hit subscribe and leave the number 1 in the comments. If you have a different perspective, leave the number 0. Every response is a key for us to understand you better and create videos that align even more closely with your needs. In our lives, there are always secrets no one would expect. Secrets that don't appear in any famous book, are never plastered on bright billboards, and are never shared at large public seminars. Not because they're not enticing, but because they are too powerful. They are like a high-voltage current. If you know how to touch it, it will light up your entire path, but if passed around carelessly, it can be misused or lose its inherent strength. And this technique is one of those secrets. It has been kept, guarded, and passed down through small conversations, private gatherings, only for those truly ready. You might ask, why keep it secret? Because when a secret falls into the hands of skeptics or those who treat it as a joke, its energy becomes distorted. It's like planting a precious seed in barren soil. That seed will never sprout. Those who hold this secret understand that wealth does not only come from action, but from inner preparation, belief, attitude, and respect for the very power you are activating. And the fascinating thing is, those lucky enough to be entrusted with this method often have one thing in common. They are at a point where even a small shift could turn their entire life around. They didn't just stumble upon it. It's as if the secret itself sought them out. Now, let's travel back in time with me to Hartsville, South Carolina in 1927. Before your eyes is a thin little girl walking down a dusty red dirt road, frost clinging to her messy hair. Her bare feet are covered in mud. Her dress is worn and frayed, and in her torn satchel, there's nothing but a few crumpled sheets of schoolwork. Lunch today, it might not exist at all. But what made her different was her eyes. Eyes that refused to accept poverty as a life sentence. Even with her stomach aching from hunger, she still believed that wealth was not a privilege for the few, but a birthright for all, even for a poor girl like her. That girl grew up through years of hardship. A single mother is raising her child while struggling to keep up with unpaid bills. But instead of breaking down, she chose to rise. She began her quest for an answer. What truly creates prosperity? And within thousands of pages of reading and hundreds of hours studying spiritual and prosperity principles, she discovered something no one had touched before. A simple principle with the power to change reality so quickly. It was kept secret for decades. That girl was Catherine Ponder. She not only overcame poverty, she went on to found 3 spiritual communities, wrote books that became guiding lights for millions, and above all, she left the world with a key to unlock prosperity. A key that I believe, if you hold it today, you will never see money and opportunity the same way again. As Catherine delved deeper into her research, she didn't just read books or revisit familiar philosophies. She observed, experimented, and meticulously recorded every subtle reaction people had when they thought about money. And then she realized something most people overlook. Money doesn't just come to you because of work or opportunity. It responds to your emotional vibration, not some vague vibration, but a highly specific frequency, like a door lock that only opens when the key fits perfectly. Catherine called it the instant prosperity field, a state where, once you reach it, money seems to find you, opportunities appear, and unexpected windfalls knock at your door. But what impressed me most was how she discovered the switch to turn on this frequency. Not a complicated ritual, not hours of meditation, but simply a short sequence of words, repeated in the right order and with strong enough feeling. Most people talk about money from a place of lack, worry, or even fear, and then they wonder why money doesn't come to them. Catherine was different. She understood that every word you speak carries energy. When those words are infused with belief, gratitude, and the feeling of already having received, you are sending out the perfect signal for money to respond. Many people, when they hear about the instant prosperity field, think it might be some kind of spiritual ritual or psychological trick. But Catherine understood far more deeply. She knew that every layer of our mind, conscious, subconscious, and energetic connection, needs its own touch to open the door. The first repetition is the knock for the conscious mind, helping you focus and direct all your attention toward the goal. Without it, your mind wanders and your energy scatters. The second repetition, when you speak the same words with the same intention, is like an arrow piercing through the fence of the subconscious where all your beliefs, habits, and memories accumulated throughout your life reside. This is when you are reprogramming yourself to believe that what you desire is not only possible, but already happening. And then comes the third repetition, the most crucial moment. This is when the message doesn't just remain within you, but extends outward, connecting with a larger energy field. You might call it the universe, the source, or any name you prefer. It's like a stone dropped into a still lake, sending ripples outward to touch opportunities, people, and resources you never imagined. Modern neuroscience calls this the neuroplasticity effect. When a message is repeated with focus and strong emotion, it creates new neural pathways in the brain. And if you sustain this, your brain will begin to see success and prosperity as your new normal. At that point, every decision, action, and even your intuition will automatically align with producing outcomes that match this new belief. We've just gone through the theory, and now it's time to apply this principle in practice. Using the formula Catherine Ponder called the prosperity trigger, a sequence of 3 powerful words that can open your financial doors instantly. The affirmation is money, 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 manifest here and now in rich abundance. But you must understand this is not a sentence to recite casually. It's like a special key, and any key only works when you insert it into the right lock and turn it the right way. Catherine designed a specific ritual to turn these words into a true tool. First is the golden moment, right before sleep, when your conscious mind relaxes and your subconscious opens. Next, place your hand over your heart so your body and emotions are aligned and ready to receive. Then say the preparation sentence. All financial doors are open. All financial channels are free. Endless abundance now comes to me. This clears all limitations so prosperity energy can flow to you. Then comes the activation. Speak the main affirmation 3 times, each time 3 seconds apart, with absolute conviction. And finally, seal it with specific gratitude. I give specific thanks for the overflowing abundance I received today. When you do it right, you no longer have vague hope. You will feel an extraordinary certainty that money is already on its way to you, and that feeling is the real magnet. But the important thing you must remember is that this power must be protected, not with brick walls or safes, but with silence. Catherine once said, "Do not let others plant seeds of doubt into the soil where you have just planted seeds of prosperity." And she had a reason. Because your mind, as powerful as it is, remains highly sensitive in the first hours after practice. A sarcastic comment, a doubtful glance, or a mocking smile, all of these can shake your belief. And belief is the engine that drives this technique. Imagine you've just lit a candle in the wind. That small flame can light up the entire room, but if you let a gust of doubt blow through, it will go out instantly. That is why Catherine advised, share your gratitude when results arrive, but do not reveal the process to those who are not yet ready to understand. You don't need to explain or convince anyone. Your silence not only protects the energy, but also makes the results come faster, because you are keeping the magnetic field focused in one direction. I want you to remember this. Some treasures can only be opened when the key holder truly respects their value. This technique is the same. You don't keep it hidden out of selfishness. You keep it out of respect for the power you have just been given. And when you truly protect it, you will see something miraculous. Each time you practice, the energy will not be scattered, and the results will come as if the universe is whispering, "This is your reward for your consistency." In the previous part, I told you that silence is the shield that protects your prosperity energy. And when that energy is undisturbed, results begin to appear, sometimes so quickly you haven't even fully imagined them. I have witnessed and heard countless such stories, and they all share one thing in common. They happen within 24 to 48 hours, as if the universe is in a hurry to deliver your package before you have time to doubt. Some have woken up to a message from an old friend saying they want to return money borrowed years ago. Others, just hours after practicing, have received a call from their boss announcing an unexpected bonus, the exact amount they needed. And there are stories I believe you will see yourself in. A collaboration opportunity appearing at the perfect time, a contract you thought was gone, suddenly returning with better terms, or even a forgotten refund unexpectedly appearing in your mailbox. These things are not meant to embellish or persuade you with words, because I know you will only truly believe when you experience it yourself. Theory, no matter how good, is just words. Experience is what touches your mind and emotions, turning belief into reality. And that's why Catherine Ponder always emphasized, practice and you will know. I want you to understand that when these results appear, they are not miracles from nowhere, but responses to the frequency you have sent out. You are not sitting around waiting for luck. You have sent a clear signal, and the universe is simply responding. Once you grasp this law, you will no longer see money as something distant, but as a familiar friend, always finding its way to you, as long as you know how to open the door to receive it. But to achieve the results you desire, you must avoid the 3 traps that most people fall into. And trust me, falling into just one of them will bring all your efforts back to zero. The first mistake is practicing with desperation. You see, desperation sends out a completely different signal from expectation. When you are desperate, you are transmitting the frequency of lack, and the universe can only respond with more lack. But when you expect, you send out the signal of readiness and trust. That is the key that opens the door. The second mistake is immediately complaining about money after practicing. You cannot plant seeds of prosperity and then instantly pour a bucket of cold water filled with doubt and negativity over them. Every complaint, every "I never have enough money" is like pulling your seedling out of the ground before it even has a chance to sprout. The third mistake, and the most subtle, is allowing negative emotions to dominate the rest of your day. Remember, this technique is not a magic button you press and forget. It is an energy state that must be maintained. If you let irritation, anxiety, or disappointment take over, you are sending a contradictory message to your subconscious, and the subconscious won't know which signal to follow. From what I've shared, you must understand that this is not a quick fix miracle. Catherine never taught you to take what doesn't belong to you or to expect a gift to fall into your lap without giving anything in return. She always reminded us you cannot receive without giving. And when you give, give fully, with all your value and heart. Think of this method as a flowing stream. You cannot just scoop one bucket of water and walk away. You must keep the source flowing, pure and clean. Each time you practice with expectation, you are opening a new branch of the stream. But each time you give a word of encouragement, a helpful act, a real value you bring to someone, you are making that stream wider, deeper, and stronger. I want you to understand that prosperity is not a destination, but a rhythm. And this technique is the way to merge yourself with that rhythm. When you repeat those 3 powerful words, you are not just calling money to you. You are calling in a way of living where you and wealth are no longer separate entities. But like any relationship, it requires care, nurturing, and respect. Do not use it as a temporary tool, only when you are in trouble. Then forget it on good days. Let it become a natural part of your life, like brushing your teeth in the morning or drinking water every day. And above all, remember, true wealth is not just the numbers in your bank account, but the ability to live each day, feeling abundant, excited, and ready to share. When you maintain that spirit, money will simply be the bonus, and you will realize you have never truly lacked anything. Personal view. I believe the power of this technique does not lie in the words themselves, but in the shift in emotions and beliefs it awakens. When you truly believe you are worthy, the universe will begin to arrange circumstances to reflect that belief. But this only works when you act in parallel with maintaining a prosperity mindset, giving value, taking care of your work, and not missing opportunities when they come. This concludes our sharing. All thoughts are purely personal. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions or want to share your opinions or feelings about the video, don't hesitate to leave a comment below. I truly look forward to your feedback and questions so we can discuss and improve together. Don't forget to like and subscribe to help spread this valuable information.